Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I have a nostalgic walk through my latest nostalgic journal, A Secret Garden, inspired by the wonderful novel written in 1911. So without further ado, this is her. She's got a beautiful old antique brooch on the spine, and that can be removed, so that's lovely. She measures 9.5 by 7.5 inches with a 1.25-inch spine. So without further ado, let's have a look. The closure is some lovely calico, which you could I've just tied it on loosely, and the holes are supported by these pieces of tatting, so they act as natural reinforcements. She has 3 signatures, and each signature has 15 pages. Right, on the inside cover we have a lace pocket. Well, it's from an old tablecloth from around the 1900s. That's a Libra, ex-Libri card for you to put your name, ownership of the beautiful journal. That's just a collaged tag sewn around. The papers used are from the digital kit is from the Gypsy Journal Company, which is a beautiful company on Etsy shop rather. I've used my old typewriter to do labels, and I've put them onto the old music paper, and then I've just stamped. I wanted to look as rustic as possible. So throughout there's quotes from the book, and there's also other quotes. So any quote that I've not put the author's name on is actually from the book. That was probably an oversight on my behalf, but anything other than that, I've put the real author's quote name on it. Might I have a bit of earth? She made herself stronger by fighting the wind. I've stenciled on pages, and these pages throughout are from the flower, an old book I got of the flower, the language of flowers. Right, sorry I sound sorry, I'll try and go quickly. I'm just a bit breathless. These were from the Graphics Fairy images from The Secret Garden. These are some of handmade ephemera that I've made. Just a nice little flippy piece of old ephemera. That's a tuck spot there, and a tuck spot there. I've said that was Colin. I thought that looked like maybe that might have been Colin when he was little. So we have here a flip down and some children's books. I thought that looked like Mary. And then, just to keep that in place, I've popped a little pin. And then at the back there is a tag. These papers are so beautiful. So there we've got a extra writing spot. I've labelled that one Mary in the Garden. I thought this was cute. This was from digital. I think that was from Ruby and Pearl Digital. The sunflower bonnets as a page flip. And then we have a little pocket. Beautiful images. Envelope. This was that's just a pretty flip does nothing except be pretty. And that's, I was going to say just like me, but that would be a joke. Right, so we've got some tags there. 2 tags making a pocket. Isn't that magnificent? I love these images. Oh, and we've got some just tiny little dangles there. Another pocket using the tags. On this one we've got one of those fold out pages. Lots of, it's secret garden, so you have to have secret writing spots, don't you? Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Leo Tao. I got inspired by Kathleen Sunby, how she does her fabric journals. Right, I'd forgotten now where I was up to. I was talking about Kathleen Sunby and how she folds her fabric, and so I've just had this floating on my desk, and I thought I'll just fold that. So that was where the inspiration from that came from. That was an old masterboard chopped up there to make a tuck. These are a fun addition for extra writing spaces. There's one in every signature in the book, and they look nice and antique. And what do we have here? I've forgotten already. Nice piece of writing paper. It's actually cardstock. I've been trying to clear everything on my desk. Lots and lots of writing spaces, and so much to do with gardens. It's just, there's nothing like gardens. Be like the bird who, pausing in her flight a while on boughs too slight, feels them give way beneath her, and yet sings, knowing she has wings. Victor Hugo. Now this one, this is a bit complex. This is this has got a side pocket in there. Then there's a pocket in here, and then it flips down for secret writing spaces. And then we've got a postcard, and then there's room for just one other tag there in the back. It's actually quite bulky. I just couldn't stop. I go to nature to be soothed and healed, and to have my senses put in order. John Burroughs. And here we have more secret writing space, and more secret writing space, and room for a tag. That was the first signature. The second signature: as long as you have a garden, you have a future. And as long as you have a future, you are alive. Two corner fabric tucks, and then just an image out of a book. And another one of those extra writing space. I've just put Jemima, that was the name of the dog. In the movie it was a big greyhound, but this is a picture of an old foxy. So I'm sure there's a foxy called Jemima somewhere in the world. And that's the birds, the robins, and the fountain. A nice gate from the graphics fairy. Is the spring coming? He said. What is it like? It is the sun shining on the rain, and the rain falling on the sunshine. I've added some little leaves. They're made of plastic and felt. There's a little flip there, and then a little flip here, and then a little flip here. So lots of extra writing spaces there. I am sure there is magic in everything, only we have not enough sense to get hold of it and make it do things for us. That is a little envelope, and it's also got a pocket. Isn't that sweet? In the garden. At first people refuse to believe that a strange new thing can be done, then begin to hope it can be, then they see it can be done, then it is done, and the world wonders why it was not done centuries ago. That's out of Ruby and Pearl as well. It is not so much for its beauty that the forest makes a claim upon men's hearts, as for that subtle something, that quality of air, that emanation from old trees, that so wonderfully changes and renews a weary spirit. Robert Louis Stevenson. So true. Where you tend a rose, my lad, a thistle cannot grow. A sensitive plant in a garden grew, and the young winds fed it with silver dew. Percy Blythe Shelley. This is one of an envelope pocket and a tag. So just a bit of collaging there and some pretty washi tape. This is some beautiful Broderie Anglaise vintage that I got from Letters to My Sister. They're based in Australia, in Perth. Magnificent shop. Anybody in Australia, go and check them out. It came fast too, but it's just so beautiful, and so much of the era, it just spoke to me. And over the page, the flip again, a little bit of collaging there. I've turned that into a pocket, and I've got a lovely page out of a children's book, but I thought that was so in tune with the era. My shadow. I love that. I won't, that's a bit much to read out, isn't it? You'd be sick of me reading it out. Okay, so this is the center of the middle signature. I've got a butterfly and a heart. And this was a lovely side hidden paperclip that I did, must be 5-10 years ago, and it's sort of orientated towards the up down, but I've got it on the side, and I've put some antique beads which are very much reminiscent of the era this book is set into. Another one of those lovely birds, and then another one of those lovely three-way side flips. I really think they're cute. I love those. Fun to do too. And that is a pocket that came with the kit and a journal card inside. This is an envelope. And we're on to the last signature. No, we're not. Yes, we're on to the last signature. This is some heavy jewellery and some metal page corners. Robin Redbreasts as a journal card, and then tags in the back. Then we have an old manila file folder pocket, and just a nice round tag. Graphics Fairy images. Pictures of beautiful castle gardens there, which I thought lent to the deep and mysterious secret garden. Lovely images. A boy and his dog. Then we have another one of those 3 flip-ups. It's a great way to use up scraps. We have to do an ephemera video on that. Graphics Fairy image there. Another pocket. A little booklet with a pocket in it too, just with some papers. Another one of those flip out extra writing spots there, and that's Dickon, who was the nice boy who helped in the garden. Just out of a book. If you look the right way, you can see that the whole world is a garden. There are still magical places to secret roads called books. My favourite image of all time there. Some vellum from Tim Holtz there as a pocket. And then we have another 3 sideways flip there, which is so pretty. I love those. Little boy in the orchard, puppy trying to take his apple, I think. This is a flip down where you could put some notes and a tag in the back. Some of them don't have tags in them because it is an alligator mouth already. And 2 little hearts there in the center of that signature. However many years she lived, Mary always felt that she should never forget that first morning when her garden began to grow. Now you take this little envelope out and you have a secret writing space masquerading as another envelope with the tuck behind it, and then the flap keeps it closed. Another fancy envelope. European butterflies and moths. There's a little collage there with another fox terrier. Garden spade and butterflies. A bit of bling here. That's a lovely little thing there with some washi tape, and I've got a bow and just done a bit of a collage there with a simple tag in the back. And another little envelope there, and some silver embossing there. Garden gate looking out onto a field there. Garden bench to sit on and relax. Tag, a pocket, another envelope. And isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful garden urn, watering can. I've put a button on the top of that journaling card, and done a bit of embossing and put that on there. Beautiful garden statue. The kid is just amazing, truly. It's beautiful. Nothing in the world is quite as adorably lovely as a robin when he shows off, and they are nearly always doing it. There's the wheelbarrow. And then at the back I've done a large tag. There's embossing painted with gold acrylic paint over the top of that. Some pretty little birds. And then up the spine I've signed it, dated it, and then I've typed out inspiration taken from The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, 1911. Right, so there she is. She is brimming, and she was made out of a 1900s law book. You can feel the leather corners, and yeah, I wish I'd made the spine bigger, but it is what it is, and I'm sure she'll be absolutely adored by somebody out there. So thank you very much for watching, and subscribe to my channel, and if you haven't already, and thank you to everyone who has. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. See you.